Pound bombing, Labour leading, and Truss Tories tanking. These are the interesting times. Hello everybody, my name's Matt Johnson and welcome to The Interesting Times, a show that likes to take a sideways swipe at politics right here in the UK. It was Kwasi Kwarteng's mini budget on Friday, the first time for us to see what this new Chancellor was all about. So what sort of man is Kwarteng?
No corresponding cuts in spending and with borrowing to fill the gap. Bold experiment or reckless gamble. Kwarteng is making daring moves.
And I think both the Prime Minister, Liz and Kwasi understand that leading in these roles is about confidence.
To develop something of a gambler's streak.
Like Icarus wanting a tan or introducing your wife to Boris Johnson. Nothing quite like a confident gambler. Kwarteng, fresh from his strong showing in the final of Britain's Weirdest Mourner, has announced more tax cuts. And in a short clip of him and Liz Truss looking like Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby, but, you know, less popular, they outlined their plans for the future.
Unleashing those talents, that energy, for the betterment of our country.
I think I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I think it's an ambitious programme forward to the statement.
And now Jacob Rees-Mogg with the weather in 1872. So Kwarteng has taken a gamble and the markets have reacted like a slice of lemmings. Yes, that is a thing. Look it up. The pound has collapsed against the dollar, euro and the yen. In fact, it's so worthless now, the only thing the pound is useful for is opening gym lockers and chucking at opposing football team strikers. Well, it's not like we weren't warned by the last guy to pull the purse strings.
Borrowing your way out of inflation isn't a plan, it's a fairy tale.
Fairy tale, eh? So what is King Kwasi of Cuckoo Land going to do now? Why, give more tax cuts, of course, as the last gamble clearly wasn't enough. Look, it's great we've got all these tax cuts, you know? A little over £2,000 for those on 150,000 a year and £7.08 for the likes of you and me. But was it a good idea? Not according to loony lefties or the radical righties or indeed the muddly middlies or the uppers, the downers and the out-of-towners. Basically, everybody thinks this is a bad idea. So why introduce it? Well, it's trickle-down economics, which is where you give money to the top and some that then trickles down to us gutter dwellers at the bottom. But if the top ones are drinking champagne, it might not necessarily be champagne coming down, if you know what I mean.
Trickle down. It's a piss take.
Exactly. Ooh. Now, regular viewers of the show will know that I generally tend to discuss the Conservative Party and their policies. What can I tell you? It's a comedy show. However, we're going to take a bit of a left turn here. Not a hard left, but a gentle left. And talk about the Labour Party conference which has been going on at Liverpool. It's a party transformed. Union Jacks everywhere, no infighting, and a rather strange rendition of the national anthem. I must admit, I didn't realise Starmer had such a high singing voice.
I can tell you, with a Labour government, those at the top will pay their fair share. And here's what we'll do with that money. The next Labour government will double the number of district nurses qualifying every year. We will train more than 5,000 new health visitors. We will create an additional 10,000 nursing and midwife places every year.
Taxing bankers to pay for the NHS is such a definite vote winner, I'd be surprised if they didn't stick it on the side of a bus. Proportional representation as a possible future policy as well. No wonder Labour have opened a 12-point lead in the polls. Bad news for Liz Truss.
You're prepared to be unpopular, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Mission accomplished. Recent polls show Liz Truss has all the popularity of a queue-jumping Piers Morgan Tribute Act. A YouGov poll has put her at number 10 in the list of Conservative politicians, 7 places behind the guy she beat for the job and 9 places behind the guy she replaced. Particularly galling when you consider Rory Stewart is more popular than her and he left the Conservative Party 3 years ago. She's so unpopular, no confidence letters have already gone into the 1922 committee, although it's not clear who from. And finally, Liz Truss's new Chief of Staff at Number 10, Mark Fulbrook, is being questioned by the FBI as part of an investigation into possible corruption in Puerto Rico, which definitely sounds like something somebody at Downing Street would get involved with. Now, there's no suggestion that Mr. Fulbrook has done anything illegal, and a spokesman has said he has completely and voluntarily engaged with the US authorities in this matter. So when Liz Truss went to America to speak at the UN, it was a perfect opportunity for him to stay behind, as he was working on, government business and presumably paperwork and important stuff. Very top secret. Shh. Leaving Liz Truss to travel to the UN and give a strong speech.
In the United Kingdom, we are entering a new era too. Our constitutional monarchy, underpinned by a democratic society, one in which we ensure that freedom and democracy prevail for all people. Democracy. Democracy, democracies, democracy, democracies, democracy, democracy. We will continue to champion freedom, sovereignty and democracy.
Which would be a lot more believable if not for the fact that in a country of 45.5 million voters, she got the top job by receiving just over 81,000 votes. And that's it. No time to talk about the fact that John Boyega says he only dates black women. No time to talk about Boris Johnson's lawyer, Lord Panic. I'm not making this up, I swear. Claiming the party investigation is fundamentally flawed. The Privileges Committee responded by calling the claim misleading, proving beyond any doubt that he is eminently qualified to be Johnson's lawyer. Look, why don't you just go with insanity plea? There isn't a committee or court that wouldn't throw that out. No time to talk about a bunch of hedge fund managers who bet against the pound attending a dinner with a PM on Friday. All of these individuals were Liz Truss backers. Wonder what they had.
Cheese, apples, pears, cheese, apples, sardines, of black pudding.
No doubt there were plenty of stuffed pigs there.
That is a disgrace.
Thank you all so much for watching. And if you are enjoying these vids, then please don't forget to subscribe and hit all the notifications bell. And I'll see you all next week. Take care.